All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Coming up, it's the final game of Wild Card Weekend, and we've got a good NFC matchup in store between the Dallas Cowboys and the Atlanta Falcons. Win or go home is the mantra, and off we go. We're underway in this NFC wildcard game. Fielded about a yard deep. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Hey, switch. Here we go. Wide 80. 26.
On 1st and 10, Prescott. Drops it underneath to Elliott. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. They'll give him 8 on the play, and that'll make it a 2nd down.
I like it. I like it. I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so, and gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it and really gets them amped up as they go forward.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Hey, we got 4. We got 4 down. 4 down. 26.
Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. Elliott a first down and more. And he's got it across the 50 to the 47-yard line. And a nice carry there of 15 yards.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Here we go. Wide 80.
They're deep on the ground with Elliott. And he's got this down to the 35. 12 more yards there and another first down. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
And they didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
Tight end left. Hey. Here we go. Wide 80. Move. Go back. We got motion.
A first down carry by Elliott. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
Early down stuff's to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Watch tight end. Tight end's right. Tight end's right. Here we go. Wide 80. We got 3 down. 26.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Tight right. 3 down. Here we go. Wide 80.
Hey, check Mike 27. Check Mike 27.
Here you go.
Rip left.
26.
They'll run it now. Out to go. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. And he had a nice play there from his free safety position to hold him to nothing.
And, Brandon, remember when the free safety was always back away from the line of scrimmage?
That's changed.
But, has that changed in a big way? The way we see it now, they're almost mirrors between the free safety and the strong safety. One will be up, one will be back, or sometimes both will be in the same spot. On that play, the free safety was there, no gain.
Watch tight end. 4 down, 4 down.
Here we go, 46, 46. Here you go.
Motion, motion, motion.
Switch, and hey. 26.
They'll try to throw now. Prescott dancing to his left. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for third. It's been a 7-play opening drive, and this is 3rd and short.
Strong right, strong right.
Here we go. Wide 80.
4 down, check. 4 down, 4 down. Under.
Here we go, get out, let's go, get out. Let's go, let's finish now. 26.
They'll try to run for it. And he's able to pick up the first down before he's tackled right at the 10. Give him a gain of 4, able to convert, and that sets up 1st and goal now. So 1st and goal and an opportunity for our first points in this wild card game.
Stay on the slot.
Here we go. Wide 80. Hey, 47.
Kill.
Here we go, 46. 26.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott, escaping the pressure right. Oh, Prescott stripped, and the Falcons say they have it, they do.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk-reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
So, should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about it anymore.
Hey, watch Sam. Check Mike 54.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Man open, that's Calvin Ridley. And they work this out past the 25. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did.
Safe.
Set. 319.
They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs. Well, no slow start here. A couple nice chunk plays back-to-back.
I love the momentum that they're showing here early because they did it both ways, right? Threw the ball on first down for a nice chunk of yardage. Came right back and ran the ball. Looks like they've got the defense set back on their heels. Let's see if they can keep this moving.
Gun! Over!
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. And not the clean start that we had envisioned. You thought this would be a pretty crisp game, but a turnover for a turnover.
Yeah, so much for scripting. Because if teams are doing that, things aren't going according to plan. Maybe it's a case of nerves. Maybe it's a case of, too much energy right now. Let's see if both teams can get settled in and start to play good ball.
Odd. 5 down.
Hey, 47. 26.
They'll try to sweep with Alia.
Check hot route. Hot.
And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
Gun, gun, gun.
Prescott looks to throw on first. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
He's tight right here. He's tight on the right. Tight on the right. 3 down. 3 down.
Move.
Check 26. Check 26.
Here we go, 40.
The give is to Elliott. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Cowboys are in for 6. And this is up and good to make it 7-0 Cowboys. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. Now the Falcons offense, they get ready to head back out here. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
Well, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. They'll come out throwing here on first down. Drops it off for Coleman. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. Give him 9 on the play, and it'll be 2nd and about a yard to go for the first. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34.
Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
Hey, tighten down.
Detroit. Detroit.
Go, 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 go.
Looking to throw. And he will go down. A Cowboy sack. Randy Gregory in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
4 down. Alert.
Gun, gun. Gun, gun. Detroit. Detroit.
54.
Over, 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 over.
Championships, baby.
Now back to throw.
He's coming. We got double up.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jalen Smith. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line.
Check Mike 99. Mike 99. Let's go.
Following the interception, here's Prescott. Oh, Prescott stripped.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back, because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now second down and 22 yards to go.
Here we go. Wide 80. Here we go. 47. What do you think?
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got to jump here.
Let him know.
So they got him coming up from his linebacker spot.
And sometimes the position designation really doesn't matter. If you creep up to the line of scrimmage, you just have to look for the football. Make sure it moves before you do.
Tight end to the right, boy. Tight end to the right. Move. Here we go. Wide 80. Check safety. Check safety. Let's go. Let's finish now. Hey, watch a slant. Watch a slant. Watch a slant. What do you think?
Prescott now on second down. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Robert Alford. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Single, slot. Hey, you're on the...
Gun!
Here we go.
Set! Green 39! Green 39!
Tight dog.
The drive will start with a carry by Devontae Freeman. So we got Free a one tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now, we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
He had over 100 catches in the regular season, and now he's got his first catch in this wild card game. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Four down.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. This one complete to Mohamed Sanu. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down. And now before this 1st down play, we're going to get a timeout here. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
Man left.
Set! Green 39! Green 39!
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. A quick hitter complete. It's Jones. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Tight ends on the Ringo. 4 down.
2 minutes remain here in the 1st half. Back with more NFC playoff action after this.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Check 55 to Mike. Check 55 to Mike.
Watch him now, Barney.
Joker.
They'll set up a throw. Connects with Sanu right side. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. This quarterback now rebounding nicely after the interception. He's hit 4 straight to start the drive. It's 1st down.
Hey. 14. He's going deep.
Watch him now, Barney.
Let's go one more. 20.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Swings it out to the flat for Freeman. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Another 13 yards there twice in a row, and they're on the move. Another 1st down as well. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up first and goal.
Hey, 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 hey.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
Down, check down. 81, 81.
They'll run here with Freeman. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Give him 3 on the game there. Second and goal. Clock running, and the Falcons moving with a sense of urgency.
Hey, check 24. Check 24.
Watch it now, Barney. Barney.
Motion, 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 motion. Motion, motion.
He's going to get it running right. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's third and goal.
Let's go.
2 straight shots on the ground. Now on third, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that second down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
Gun, gun. Gun, gun.
Watch tight end. Tight end's right. Tight end's right.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
He's checking. He's checking. He's
Hot.
Back to throw here. And a big loss here as he's taken down. DeMarcus Lawrence. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. And that is no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
Final play of the first half, barring a penalty, as they come up on first and 10.
Right. To the right.
They'll start the drive with Elliott. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. So we come upon halftime here in this NFC wildcard matchup. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, one of these two teams about to play their final half of the season as we're back at it in this NFC wildcard bout. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And here now come the Falcons. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works.
Watch tight end. 4 down, 4 down. Check. 4 down, 4 down.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
Third quarter starts with a run by Freeman. And they're able to get this one across the 35. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
So from the 36 now, first and 10.
Strong right. Strong right. Strong right. Hey, 4 down.
They'll look to throw now on first down. They'll set up the screen for Freeman. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down. Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on first down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see it break down as the passer, I think in this situation, you're either throwing it at the feet of your back to make sure no one picks it off, or you throw it away, throw it over the sideline. Don't try and freelance and try and make a bigger play. There's really no one else running a pattern that should be open.
So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a second and long.
Leopard!
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Pass incomplete. Just his second incompletion so far. He's 8 for 10. I think he'll take 80%.
There's no doubt that he will, but if you're the defensive play caller, you better circle what you just dialed up on your play sheet and come back to it because you just caused an incompletion. You need a few more of those.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on
Detroit!
third down.
Detroit!
4 down.
All right, here we go. 319! 319!
Whip. Watch the whip.
Over!
Shit.
Back to throw. That is complete. Hooper.
3
And
down.
able to
3
rip
down.
off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. That one goes for 29 yards on third down. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. First and 10.
Tight end right.
Here we go now. Green 39! Green 39!
Back to throw now on first down. And finding the tight end Hooper. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
Well, they were unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up second and 6.
We got 4.
Watch it now, Barney!
Watch out.
Now the pitch to Freeman. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down.
The best offenses and the ones that win are ones that make adjustments. And right now, I think this team needs to open things up.
The Falcons on third
now, look
down.
at 56.
Just 1 for
Look at
3 thus
56.
far. This is third and 7.
Tight on the right.
Now let's go! 319!
They'll look to throw. He's got Sanu. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. 11 more yards there, and this methodical drive continues. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there are very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
This quarterback now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. First and 10.
Hey.
Here we go now! 319!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get a couple here down to the 22.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
We got 3. 3 down. Hey, fellas, we got 3. Let's go.
Set! Blue 90! Blue 90!
Kill.
Over!
Mike.
He'll drop to throw. Getting it out left side to Sanu. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down.
Up in here, brother. Don't be mad. It's more coming. It's more where I came from.
The Falcons on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be
Detroit!
third and 5.
Detroit!
Single receiver.
They're going to look to throw. It's caught over the middle. Hooper. And he'll have the first down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. That good for 6 as they keep this drive right on rolling. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10.
4 down.
Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90. Detroit. Detroit. Hot.
They'll look to throw here on first down. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Set. Green 39. Green 39.
He'll look to throw. That's complete right around the 8. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. Give him 8 on the play, and just like that, it's 3rd down.
Break. Tight end to the right, boys. Tight end to the right. Move.
Here we go now. 319. 319.
Switch. Check 24.
Watch him now, Barney.
Check the back.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2.
Tight end's right. Watch tight. Tight end's right.
Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
Right there. 54. Right there. 50.
Hot.
Hey, watch this.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And it's caught. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Tevin Coleman, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Falcons are an extra point away from tying the football game. Bryant tacks on the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll check on his status when we get back. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 26.
Hey, 4 down.
Here we go. Wide 80.
No. Off.
Watch that.
Check. Fresno.
They start on the ground with Elliott.
Slam.
And he powers his way up past the 30.
Blitz.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Back now here on EA Sports. All even as we get ready to start the 4th.
Hey, we're going wide, ain't it?
Hey, 25's the mic. We're going 25's the mic.
What do you think?
Hey, let's get some.
Let's go. Let's finish now.
Let's get some penetration.
What do you think?
A second down throw for Prescott. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a first down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Tight ends on the Ringo. It's coming now.
3 down, 3 down. Kid 21, kid 21.
Gun. What do you think?
A first down throw for Prescott. Throw right side, taken in by Gallup. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A very solid gain of 27. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Tight end left, tight end left. Hey, guys, check me out.
Under.
But we got to stand up over there.
What do you think?
10th carry now for Elliott. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there. I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently.
Hey, here we go. Wide, ain't it? Hey, we go. Kill. What do you think?
Again, it's Elliott. Elliott a first down and more. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Cowboys are in for 6. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 14-7. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. He goes underneath to Freeman. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup, and that'll make this a 2nd down. One thing I think it's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
They'll drop the throw. Here's Sanu on the catch. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
Here we go. Gun.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and that'll bring up 4th down. And now before this 4th and 2 play comes to fruition, they're going to think about it and call a timeout. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Detroit.
Mike, 55. Check, 55, Mike.
Let's go.
Gotta try it here. He's back to throw. And that is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And Dallas, they'll take over in terrific field position. And out now come the Cowboys. Still a lot that can happen, but you think they get points on this drive, even if it's just 3. Should wrap this one up.
And you got to love their starting field position. So if you're the play caller right now, being on the plus side of the 50, you're thinking exactly what you're saying. Get 3, get out of here with at least that. But hey, you might have a chance to put 6 on the board and really take control.
Now Elliott, and he's going to get this one down to the 30. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Brandon, you know how many times we've done games, and at the start of the fourth quarter, we see both teams hold up the 4 fingers. Fourth quarter is ours. Well, how about this drive? You saw the 4 fingers for 4-minute offense, and this offensive line has really hunkered down and established themselves.
Now, this is where they say, put the game on our shoulders, we'll lead the way, right?
No doubt about it. And let me tell you, if you're a running back, all you want to do is get behind those big fellas, have a little vision, and find some space.
And a solid way to do that on the first play of the drive there. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. So that will leave them with no timeouts left. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how that affects things here in this fourth quarter. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Hey, boys, we got 4. 4 down.
What do you think?
Check Mike 99. Mike 99.
And the blitz does come. Sliding out of the pocket. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
He wasn't ready.
You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. And this one is right down the middle. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. A big one there. That gives them a little cushion and makes it a 2-score game.
Yeah, bled a little time off the clock, put some points on the board. It's not totally out of reach yet, but it has to feel pretty good to them right now because as a defender, you go out on the field and say, guess what? You can put some points on the board, but that won't beat us.
And a good effort on the return there. Gets them across the 30 to the 33-yard line. Now the Falcons offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. But good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3. But this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened there. I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet.
And he's going to be grabbed and pulled down. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to pick up his second sack now of the afternoon.
Hey, we got 4. We got 4 down. 4 down.
They'll look to throw here. The left side completion to Jones. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense.
Lucky 56. Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39. Over. Hut.
They'll set up a throw. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off inside the 5. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
All day, baby.
We go pass. Woo!
Gun. Here we go now. Blue 90.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he slings one that's incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's second and goal now. Back to throw here. This will be caught at about the 6. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. They get only a yard there. Now it's third and goal.
Single.
Black 99 Philly. Here we go.
Sponge. No.
Now back to throw. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off inside the 5. Through an opening, and there he goes. Past the 20, 10, and he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. Extra point right down the middle, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. Now a hit and a loose football. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line.
As that ball got away from him and he saw the opposing team recover it.
You felt his pain?
Oh, I felt his pain, and you know what was going through his head. Tuck it away. Take care of the ball. All the things he hears all week in practice, he didn't carry it over into the game.
Double tight.
Hustle.
4 down. Check.
What do you think?
The Cowboys on their way to victory as they take a knee.
Double tight, guys. Double tight. 4 down. Check. 4 down.
What do you think?
They go down to a knee, and that will do it. They are moving on here in the playoffs.
And there it is, that symbol that ends a game that one team loves and the other team can't stand, taking a knee. And guess what? The visitors came in and got it done. Wild card round, first step on their way.
See if they can continue to make some noise in the playoffs, but a good first step. And losing in this wild card round, you know, they've got something to build on, though, for next year, but I don't know if they want to hear that right now.
Maybe not at the moment, but once they get away from it a little bit and they get into their off-season program, they'll start to talk about that. And I like how you framed it, building blocks, you know, building this program up. And one of my favorite coaches always talks about brick by brick, you build a program. And this is one of those bricks to build them towards the next season where they think they have a chance to advance farther in the playoffs.
So that'll do it for